Hi guys, so this Q&A video I'm going to be talking about planners, journals, supplies, project life. I've got all your questions from Facebook and Instagram and we'll just crack on because there's a few and I do like to chat. So I don't have the names of everybody who asked because my printer has run out of coloured ink and the names were in colour. Okay, so do you only use paper planners? Do you use calendars on your computer, etc.? I am a strictly paper girl. That's it. I don't use any electronic calendars whatsoever, and I am the family keeper as well. John doesn't use anything either. It's all in my paper diary. I don't know if he does for work or not. I'm not sure, but in terms of home, it's all in the one paper planner which I look after. Just because I enjoy doing it, not because I'm like, it's mine. Are you doing One Book July? If so, what are you going to use? Well, yes and no. I'm kind of already doing it since I moved into my traveller's notebook. Since I moved into there, I've got my planner and a couple of my journals and stuff all together in my traveller's notebook. I do use other planners as well. They are, as I've said before, like one that I keep all the information on the animals in. One is for work, blog and YouTube, and the other one is for the Brimbles boxes, and those I can't do without either. So I'm kind of feel like, because I've been planning for so long, I kind of feel that everything is condensed and streamlined enough as it is. So I'm probably not going to do it officially, if you know what I mean, because I already kind of feel like I'm already doing it. I feel like I'm already taking on the principles of One Book July in my traveller's notebook. So officially no, if you see what I mean. But do it. It's a really good process. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about with One Book July, Google it put it into YouTube, One Book July, or if you still can't find it, look for Romany's Realm, and you can learn all about One Book July. I think there's a playlist for One Book July, so it should bring something up. What is the one art or craft supply that you couldn't live without? For me, it would be a pen, and it would just be a pen that I can draw with. I'm okay about not using colour or paints or anything like that. If I was on a desert island and could only take one thing with me, it would be a pen. As long as it's paper or something to draw on, which I'm assuming is a given, it would be a pen, because I can't live without a pen. If you already consider that a pen is a given, and that, because that's a tool, I would say my Winsor & Newton watercolour palette, the big one, because for me that's probably the most versatile. Only useful though if you're stuck where there's somewhere with water, so. If you could give one piece of advice to a new planner girl, what would it be? Okay, so my first piece of advice would be to, unless you absolutely adore washi tape and stickers, I would say ditch them for now and go back to basics. Really go back to basics. There's a lot of sellers out there who are selling the most wonderful, glorious, beautiful things for your planners. And there are lots of bloggers out there and Instagrammers who are showing you all these beautiful, gorgeous planners. But that can get quite overwhelming, and it's all very well and good having this beautiful planner, but if your planning system isn't in place, then it's not going to help you. That being said, some people do find that their planning is better if they use stickers, because if they're using like a shopping cart icon, then they will remember to do their shopping. So it's kind of, try and take it back to basics and not try and get too overwhelmed with it all, and try and kind of look at the photos and go, oh, that's really pretty, that's something I aspire to, but don't feel like that is something that you have to do. if you're just starting out, all you need is a planner and a pencil, and you can plan. You don't need lots and lots of fancy pants, decorative stuff. Loads of people, myself included, do enjoy sticking stickers down and getting creative with planners. I'm not going to lie, it is a really fun process, but if you're just starting out, sometimes that can be quite overwhelming, and so stripping it back to a few basics, you know, and trying to get your actual planning system down is probably the best way to kind of get started with your planner, and a surefire way that you don't miss stuff. If you could only have one planner and say 5 planning supplies, what would you have? And this was asked by 2 people. So I only ever use black pen in my planner, and I only ever use one pen. So it would have to be a pen. I'm not massively hung up on pens. So yeah, I'd have a pen. And that's probably it. I do use stuff, but I don't have to use stuff. I do like a sticky note or a to-do list pad. And I usually, if you watched the video of my talk from PlannerCon, you'll know that I very often have my planner, and then I kind of use a sticky note or to-do list to write down like the morning's goals or my top 5 or whatever on a sticky note or to-do list pad. I do like a bit of some stickers and some washi tape, but if I couldn't have them, I wouldn't cry. I would draw stuff instead. So yeah, that's quite a hard question for me to answer, because I'm not like I must have this kind of girl. I kind of adapt to my situation. I just thought of one, and maybe this has already been asked, but what drawing books do you recommend for people who want to learn drawing? Also, I've been eyeing up Jane Davenport's Faces book and was wondering if there will ever be a Mrs. Brimble's Rabbits and Other Whimsical Things book. If you haven't got the Jane Davenport Faces book, get it. I do recommend it. That is a really, really nice book. I need to look through I love Susie Blue's book. I also really like Kelly Ray Roberts, her mixed media book. I have not bought any art or art journaling books for a long time. They're probably my favourites. Susie Blue, Kelly Ray Roberts, Jane Davenport for sure. There was a book that I did a review on this channel a long time ago on fashion art illustration. That was a really, really good book. But yeah, I don't tend to really buy books, art journal or art books that much, so I can't really answer that. In terms of a Mrs. Brimble's book, I'd love to do one, but I don't know where to start, or I don't know whether you design something and then approach a publishers, or whether you have to wait for a publisher to approach you. I have no idea. I would love to do one. If you were a publisher and you'd like to publish my book, then let me know. But yeah, I'd love to do one. Don't know how to go about one though. But yes, never say never. Never say never. You never know. No one's going to come in the future. What is your all-time favourite planner? Currently loving the Traveller's Notebook. But I would probably have to say that my all-time favourite planner is the Personal Ochre Malden. There we go. I said it. I committed, and I said it. Currently, right now, though, I'm loving Traveller's Notebooks. I have one question I'd like your input on. What advice or tips would you give those who use multiple planners? Well, it depends on what you're using multiple planners for. I made the decision to split out home and work last year because I found it was becoming too much, too overwhelming, and when I was at home, like on a Saturday, I could still see all the work stuff, and it was like, I'm not, I want to split this down so that I have designated like work hours and personal life hours. So that's why I did that. I would ask the question, why do you need multiple planners? If it's just to justify buying another planner, then yeah, I think you've got to have a purpose and enrich your life. It's got to make your life, in order to have, if you've got more planners, I think it's got to have a purpose. It's got to enhance your life, make your life better, less stress, less chaotic, than being like, oh my God, I've got to synchronise my planners, I've got to do this, I've got to do that. That's stressful. And you know, the whole point of a planner is to plan your life, make it more streamlined, all of that kind of stuff, not be a stressful thing. So I would ask yourself why you need those planners, if you need those planners, and maybe sort of like designate how you're going to use them and stuff. That's kind of a big question with probably a much bigger answer. But yeah, I mean, I don't spend like the planner that I've got for the bunnies, I only use that when they go to the vets to update and track their health. Brimble's box planner I only use when I'm ordering stuff, like, or when I'm working on that thing at that particular time. I hope that's been some help. It's quite a big subject, I think. But I would say ask yourself why you want multiple planners. If you really need multiple planners, is it going to help your life in some way? Is it going to streamline the process? If it is just because you want to justify buying another planner, which, let's face it, we've all been there, then yeah, maybe it's not for you. Maybe you buy that ring planner and just change your inserts in and out as you fancy. So I hope that's answered a little bit of answer. I don't know. If you want more on that, let me know and I could perhaps do a separate video. Have you ever done bullet journaling? Like it? No, I've never done bullet journaling. I watch the videos on it and I look at photos on it, but I don't think it's for me. I can't quite put my finger on why though, so don't ask me because I don't know. But I don't know. I'm not sure that I feel like bullet journaling is for me at the time in my, like where I'm at now. I am so majorly happy with my planning systems because I've been doing it for so long. It's kind of well and truly refined, so I don't want to rock the boat at this stage. I don't want to complicate things and worry about missing stuff because it's all working. So if it ain't broke and all that, yeah. How's project life going? Really well. I'm going to do a couple more videos soon. I'm going to film them today. You can probably see. Can you see it? Just there. There. Ooh. Oh, I can't do it because I'm looking in there. There. That there is my Project Life album. I'm going to film, after this, I'm going to film Project Life videos. Don't know when I'm going to put them up though, but I'm going to film them. So stay tuned for that. My favourite quote. Are you ready for this? My favourite quote. If I had to explain it to you, you wouldn't understand. When did you discover planners, and how did you discover that ring-bound planners were the right choice for you? Okay, so when I first discovered planners was when I went to school, when I went to senior school when I was 11, because we were given, I've done a video on this, I'll try and remember to link it. If I don't remember to link it, search for it. It's like my first planners or something. At school, we were all given a planner and we used it for like homework tracking, absence tracking, all that kind of stuff. So that is when I was first introduced to planners, and our school made us use them and they used to drum it into us about using them, and we had lessons on how to use our planners, like when we first went to the school. So that's when I first got into planning. So it was kind of second nature to me. This is when I was 11. So then it was second nature to me. So then when I went to university, planner just seemed like a natural progression. And then when I went to work, when I got my first job, is when I first bought my Filofax, because I was so ingrained and so used to having the academic planner that I needed a regular January-December planner to fit in with the world of work. So that's when I first bought my Filofax, because I bought it in between the year and then I wanted to transition. So that is how I got into planning, and how I discovered planning. So I've been a planner girl since I was 11. And I'm not going to tell you what year that is. Actually, yeah, you all know how old I am. 1992. Although I think I went to senior school in 1991. I can't remember now. How did you discover that ring-bound planners were the right choice for you? As I said, I literally, just when I wanted to buy a Filofax so that I could transition to a yearly diary, I wasn't even open to the fact that there were other diaries out there at the time. Were there? I don't know. There probably were, but not like we know it now. And yeah, I just stuck in a ring bound until I have now found Planner Peace with my Traveller's Notebook, and I'm so happy with it. I can't see myself going back into the rings anytime soon. Yeah. What is your favourite planner, crafts or stationery shop? Okay, I have to be 100% honest here. You guys know that I've got a shop, right? If you didn't, then where have you been? So yeah, mrsbrimbles.co.uk/shop is my shop. And I have to hand on heart say that it is my favourite. Because I only buy stuff in for the shop that I like. So it's my favourite because I buy all the stuff that I like. Yeah, there we go. I very rarely buy anything else from any other shop now because it's all available to me. I do buy stickers sometimes from Etsy. I tend to buy from like Sea Salt and Paper, Elibeth Designs, Cho and Mimi, K-Lime Pie, In a Nutshell Planning, Beautiful Planning. They're all UK, and they are all, yeah, you get all UK. And a lot of those people also tend to supply the boxes as well, so yes. But my favourite shop is my own, what can I say? Since you started crafting and creating, what's been the best experience for you so far? I don't know, because again, I've always been an arty crafty person. My mum has drawings from when I was a preschooler, and I used to do a lot of, my parents always really, my parents are hippies basically, and my parents always really encouraged me to do art and crafts. And when I was a kid, I didn't play with dollies or anything, which people found really weird. I had a box full of cereal boxes and toilet roll inners and stuff like that, because I was always crafting and making. So I cannot remember a time in my life when I haven't been an artist or a crafter or a maker or a something. I just can't remember the time where I haven't. However, the best experience I think has got to be when I made the decision to do YouTube and blog and social media stuff, because I then was able to virtually meet like-minded people. Some of my friends are into it, but not as much as I am, and it's just been so nice to kind of interact with everybody, and then the chance to meet planner type creative people at the Canvas Planner Con was just fantastic. So I think that has been the best experience so far. There we go. That's all of my planner journal supplies questions. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.